So this morning I have found myself asking the question, what does it mean to be in the body? I want to live an extraordinary life, and I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. But I found myself feeling very stuck recently. I've got over 15 years of experience with chronic pain and chronic depression. And the past year has really shown me aspects of myself that I knew before, but it's like I have a new perspective on my experience, a new perspective on my past and on my present, my current identity, or lack thereof. But I've spent 15 years dealing with this pain in the heart and in the body. And the two are intricately connected. They're not separate. They can't be separated. This is where a lot of the inadequacies of our healthcare system come in, is that for the sake of academia and science and research, we've reduced everything to its parts. We've broken everyone into different categories. There's psychologists, and there's medical doctors, and there's surgeons, and there's, like, even within the field of medicine, there's people who just focus on, like, what are the ENT doctors? Ear, nose, and throat. It's like, that's all you do? You're not even just looking at physical health, but you're just looking at physical health in these few spaces. You have podiatrists. You have, like, it's been so broken down into its tiny little components for the sake of research that we've completely lost track of the whole. And the truth is that I am one being, that I am spirit incarnate in matter, that my consciousness, my body, my emotions are one being. They cannot be separated, and they cannot be treated separately. My pain in my heart is a reflection of the pain in my body, and the pain in my body is a reflection of the pain in my heart. They are directly connected. They are one and the same. Realizing that, and knowing that I want to break free of this, but not... How do I move forward? How do I break free of that? That's the question that I keep asking, because it's all I know. It's all I've known. It's all I've ever been. I mean, who else? Who am I without the pain? Who am I? Maybe that's one of the things that's holding me back. But what does it mean to be in the body? What's the meaning that I'm going to apply to my circumstances? The fact is that meaning is applied. I don't really think that meaning exists in the world. I think that meaning exists in consciousness, that meaning exists within our minds and our hearts. And I could feel pain in my body, and I could respond to that by saying, I'm inadequate. I'm not good enough. It's hopeless. I'll never heal. I'll never be able to thrive. Or I could look at that pain and I could have a radically different response. I could say, God, it feels good to be in the body. That feeling of pain in my knee, it's a sign that I'm alive. It's a sign that I'm alive and life is fucking beautiful. So I give thanks for this pain in my knee. I give thanks for this reminder that I am alive. Right? That'll be a very different response. A lot of these responses are automatic. I don't even, like I said, the pain in the heart and the pain in the body are not separate. They are one and the same thing. And so by changing that response, I will change my body. By changing that program of inadequacy and fear and hopelessness, I will over time change the expression of health in my physical body. So what does it mean to be in the body? Lately, I've thought a lot about this metaphor. I've been seeing this image of amoebas, like, you know, wherever amoebas live, like in their little water, their little petri dishes. Under the microscope, you see this amoeba moving around. This thing has what, like a couple little cilia and a photoreceptor, so it can like gain very rudimentary knowledge about what's around it. What does the world look like to an amoeba? It's just shades of light and dark and small sensations from the cilia, the hairs. That's it. Amoebas know almost nothing about their environment, right? That's what being in the body is. Being in the body means not knowing what the fuck is going on. We're just like those amoebas, all right? We have much more evolved and advanced sensory systems, and we can see shades of color, and we can experience emotion, and we can have complex ideas, and we can build tools with these fancy hands that we have, and, we can do things, and we can understand the world at a level that an amoeba could never even dream of. But at the end of the day, it's still an approximation of truth. It's still an approximation of nature. You don't really know what's going on. Terence McKenna used to say, the world is not stranger than you suppose. It's stranger than you can suppose. I truly believe that the world is so complex and mysterious that it's beyond our ability to comprehend. That's part of the human experience. That's part of the physical experience. That the vast majority of what's going on will always be a mystery. And so I try to focus on myself and my immediate life. I can't get too caught up on what's going on in the world, big picture, too far outside of my personal experience, because that's just nothing but mystery. That's nothing but confusion. But I can look at my heart, I can look at my body, I can look at my mind, I can look at my immediate circumstances and my relationships. And I can see the mystery in that, and I can try to work through that and try to solve it, try to understand it better. It's not really solving, it's just understanding better. So what does it mean to be in the body? It means to feel things that you don't understand. And I'm feeling a lot of things that I don't understand. And they're starting to be clear. I'm starting to see them more clearly, but the more clearly I see them, the more clear it is that I don't understand. So being in the body, I believe it's a spiritual process of understanding, of growth. And being in the body gives us the opportunity to experience the most growth, because it is the most mysterious. It is the very mystery, the very ignorance is what allows us to grow. What does it mean to be in the body? It means to deal with these sensations. It means to deal with the pressure and the fear and the stress and the hope and the desire and the sexuality and the conflict and the love. It's all of it. It's all of it. And if I'm going to live an extraordinary life, if you're going to live an extraordinary life, it means loving all of it. It means embracing all of it, including the unwanted sensations, including the mystery, including the ignorance and the fear and the stories and the patterns that we've created in our lives, the patterns that we feel imprisoned by. I feel very imprisoned by my patterns right now. I feel very powerless to change certain things in my life. But that's an illusion. That's a story that I'm telling myself. That's meaning that I'm applying to the situation. I'm applying to the mystery. What does it mean to be in the body? It means free will. It means having the choice to choose between to choose between resistance and acceptance. I'm coming to accept myself more and more, and to accept my situation in my life. And that's the first step to making changes. That's the first step to creating the life of our dreams, is to accept that right now our life is anything but what we're dreaming of. And that's okay. That's okay. That has its own beauty. You are beautiful, just as you are right now. And I love you. And you are worthy of love, and you're worthy of knowing that you're beautiful. We're all in this together. Being in the body is really hard. It's really a challenge, but it's also a blessing. And there may be days where I stay in bed all day because I'm so depressed. I don't even want to get up or go anywhere. I've had a lot of those days lately. But that's okay, because that's part of the process. And to love life means to love all of it. You can't pick and choose. You can't just love the parts that feel good. You have to love the parts that feel bad too. And sometimes I fear that if I love the parts that feel bad, if I love the sadness and the depression, then maybe I'll be sad all the time, but it doesn't work that way. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. When you resist it, when you judge the sadness, the darkness, the fear, the ignorance, when you apply the meaning, the story of bad to it, that's when it persists, that's when it grows, that's when it takes over everything. But when you can accept it and move through it, that's where empowerment begins. And over time, we can make changes in our lives. We can make changes in our habits. We can make changes in our relationships. We can make changes in the stories that we're telling ourselves about ourselves. And by doing that, we will experience more and more time of bliss and less time of suffering. So that's what I'm working on. And it starts with acceptance. Being in the body is a beautiful gift and a beautiful opportunity to grow and to heal. But it comes with challenges and it comes with pain. And those challenges and that pain are gifts. And they are beautiful. I hope that gave you something to think about. At this point, I'm really just making these videos because I feel I have to make content. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't have any theme to these things. I don't know how to make good quality shit. I don't have the will or the energy to make good quality shit, to edit things or get nice cameras or even buy a freaking tripod. I just want to make content. I just want to be vulnerable and open, to stop hiding from the world. Because that's part of acceptance for me. For me, in my process of accepting myself, is accepting that I've been hiding, and I don't want to hide anymore. So thank you for allowing me to come out and speak with you today. It feels really good to be in the body.